Hey there, and welcome to this new extreme grocery budget challenge. I'm just super excited to bring this one to you today because we're only going to be spending $10. But before we hop into this video, I do want to explain a few things to you first. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to go to Walmart and we're going to try to see how many products we could buy with only $10. I know $10 doesn't seem like a ton of money, but Walmart is pretty cheap. Of course, other stores are cheaper when they have sales going on and that type of thing, but I thought shopping at Walmart is great because most people have a Walmart in a near location for them to shop at. But anyways, after we buy our products from Walmart, we're going to come back here to my kitchen and we're going to try to cook up as many things as we can. Of course, I'm going to try to make it as healthy as possible, but only spending $10 is kind of difficult to do that if you want to make a bunch of meals. But anyways, if you are new here, I'd love to have you over at my channel, so go ahead and subscribe down below the video. But let's get cooking. Here we are, we made it to Walmart and we're just going to be picking out a few things. And here's my younger sister. She's actually in college now, so she's about 2 hours away from me. So I'm pretty excited about that. She's been helping me a lot recently. I just got back from Walmart and here is everything I picked up. I'm just going to go over it with you really quickly. So I just got this Pillsbury pie crust. This is 2 pie crusts in here. I was wanting to get the Great Value brand, but they were all out. It is college back to school time at my Walmart that I normally shop at, so it's just complete craziness there. So like I said, everything is just sold out. So I just got the Pillsbury brand instead of the Great Value brand, but it will work out. And then over here I got some lentils. This is just 1 pound of lentils. If you're wanting something to fill you up other than beans or anything like that, go ahead and try some lentils. They're super healthy for you and they're really delicious if you season them right, and in my opinion we just love them in our home. And then over here I just got a can of some chicken. This is just about, how much? It's 12.5 ounces of chicken, I guess. Quite a bit of chicken. And then back here, for the meat, I got some, well, I guess for the other meat, I got some original premium sausage. This is super duper inexpensive. And it is a really great filler and it adds a lot of protein. And then over here, I got 10.5 ounces of cream of chicken soup. And then a can of this 4 cheese Hunt's pasta sauce. This is just a pound of that. That's pretty inexpensive. And then down here I got some mixed vegetables. This is just carrots, green beans, corn, and peas. I do know that getting a can of mixed vegetables is a lot less money, but we just prefer frozen vegetables in our home over other than canned vegetables. So that's everything I got. So now let's go and get cooking. To get us started off, we're just going to be making these miniature chicken pot pies. This is a really fun recipe. A subscriber actually suggested it to me, so thank you. I just have our can of chicken. I just drained it and placed it into this bowl along with our can of cream of chicken soup mix. I do want to mention I am going to be using some pantry staples in all of these meals, such as like salt, pepper, and egg. You know, whatever I kind of have on hand, and assume that you have on hand, I'm going to be adding. Nothing of a high cost though. I just also added some salt and pepper and then half of the bag of our frozen vegetables. They were no longer frozen. I thawed them out. I'm sure you could have guessed, but we're going to be using our Pillsbury pie crust for this recipe. So I just rolled these out individually, and then with my rolling pin, I rolled them a little bit thinner. I just find that that works best for making these into individual pies. I just like it like that. Next, you're going to be making them into your circular shapes. I use the top of a baby cracker container, but you could use a cup or anything to make them into large circles like this. This step is pretty self-explanatory, but now we're just going to assemble our little miniature chicken pot pie. So you just see me taking a little scoop and putting it into the center of our dough. I just did it over and over again, and then with a fork, I just sealed the seam. Before we toss these into the oven, we're just going to make a quick little egg wash. All I did was use one egg and I just scrambled it up. Then you're just going to be brushing it on each individual little pie. You're just going to want a little thin layer. These go into a preheated oven to 350 degrees from about 12 to 20 minutes. Just keep an eye on them until they're golden brown, just like this. These came out super duper delicious. They were really yummy in my opinion. You couldn't even tell that we used canned chicken, and that was a big deal for me because I'm not a fan of canned chicken very much, but these were delicious and a huge hit in my home. Now we're going to be making some super simple, flavorful lentils. So to begin, I have a pound of some sausage right here. I cut that in half and I'm only going to be using a half a pound for this recipe. So here's my half a pound of sausage. I'm just going to break it up into small pieces and cook it completely through. I've actually showed this trick a couple times here on my channel, but this is my absolute favorite way of removing all of the grease from a dish. So here's what I do. I just put a paper towel in there, twirl it around until all of the grease is gone. Now I just added in my 1 cup of lentils to the ground beef along with 4 cups of water, and to season it up I'm just using a teaspoon of some basil along with a teaspoon of oregano. Both of these seasonings have quite a bit of flavor in them, so this is going to be delicious. I let this simmer on my stove with the lid on for about 15 minutes, and then I took the lid off and let it simmer on a very slow simmer for another 10 minutes. Here are my lentils. I just sprinkled it with a little bit of Parmesan cheese and parsley flakes just to make it look a little prettier. I'm the first to admit this is not a gorgeous dish, but this is very filling. It has a lot of protein in it and it is actually really delicious. Now we're going to be doing something else with lentils. So this is kind of like a lentil soup. This one's really delicious and healthy. So with the other half of our sausage, I just placed it into my Dutch oven. I broke it up once again and cooked it completely through. With the last cup of our lentils, I'm just adding it into our cooked ground beef right now. I just wanted to let you know 1 pound of lentils is pretty much the equivalent to 2 cups, so that might help you out. Next, I just added in about 3 cups of water along with our veggies. This is just the remainder of our veggies that we used before with our chicken pot pie, just the leftover veggies. And now I'm just adding in our 4 cheese pasta sauce that we bought at the grocery store. To give this a good boost of flavor, we're going to be adding some Italian seasoning, just about half a teaspoon of that. I always find that Italian seasoning is another one of those seasonings that just has a lot of wonderful flavor in it. So I let this simmer on a low simmer for about 10 minutes covered, and then I uncovered this and let it simmer for another 15. Here is my big bowl of soup. This came out super delicious. I sprinkled it with some Parmesan cheese and parsley flakes. This was so nourishing and healthy, but yet it left us full for hours. It was kind of the perfect budget-friendly meal. And that is a wrap of this extreme grocery budget challenge. I hope you guys all enjoyed it and got plenty of some budget-friendly meal inspiration. I did do a few other videos like this previously on my channel, so if you happen to miss them, I will link them in my comments for you to check out, as well as my description box in case you want to watch them. But anyways, I hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe and healthy, and if you are new here, I'd love to have you, so go ahead and subscribe down below the video. But I will see you in Sunday's video. Bye for now.